brother. Special plays. What was it? Special plays?
Special teams, special plays, special players.
It feels good to be back. It's crunch time in the studio of Studio B, of course. We got a new face today. We got a lot to go over. We're back, baby.
We're back.
It's go time.
It's go time. It's crunch time. I'm up now. I had to sip that bag.
See, we can see.
I'm cooking with Crisco now, deep fried with fish and the turkey. I'm ready now. I'm ready. So, it's a lot to go over today, guys. But first, Dylan Walton.
Bryce Robinson.
Ashley Roberts.
Let's give it up for Ashley. First episode on Crunch Time. Before we get into everything, Ashley, how does it feel? New face, new setup. This is all new for you?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, Dylan, Bryce, being here with you guys. Definitely glad to be here with y'all. I kind of just fit right in there. You guys make it easy, so it's good. I'm excited. So yeah.
Nah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of our best semesters yet, and then next year, the bar is gonna go up another level. I think it's gonna be really amazing. Unfortunately, my dog,
Bryce.
I'll be gotta finish out these last couple months strong, and I'm gonna make the show as best as possible, and we're gonna ride it out, man.
Yeah.
No sob stories.
Ain't no sob stories,
No
man.
sob
We're heading at the cliff full speed, man.
Come on.
We ain't you know the scene and the other guys when they said aim for the bushes. We gonna.
I ain't never seen
that. Me neither.
Never mind then. You know what? Never mind. For people who have seen the other guys, you know what I mean. We're gonna aim for the bushes, man. We're not holding back. We're leaping all full, taking a big leap, and we're going at it. So
that's good, man. But the real reason why it's taking us so long to give you guys an episode of Crunch Time, it's my fault.
It's all right.
My fault.
You're super busy.
That's okay.
But look though, gotta feed the streets, man. Gotta feed the streets.
The people have been waiting, man.
The people have been waiting. So y'all been working with the women's basketball team. They got me ripping and running. Life has got me ripping and running. But your favorite boy is back. The kid is back.
Meow.
Meow, 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 meow. But it feels good to be back. First, guys, talk about the Christmas break. Ladies first. Ashley, how was your Christmas break? How was your beginning of the semester? How was just everything for you?
My Christmas break, it was good. I feel like it wasn't long enough, kind of. You know, it goes by really fast once you get in there, but it was good. I also was doing a lot of women's basketball as well, so that has been working out great and kind of rolled over into this beginning of this semester and whatnot. So it's been going good. Classes are good. I'm glad to be back active on campus, you know, doing things like this. So break was good, but I'm glad to be back.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you?
Man, y'all know me, man. Same old, same old. I live, eat, breathe, sleep this, man. So at this, and I haven't slept today at all, guys. If that's been the topic of the conversation today, I have zero sleep in my system. But we here. It's for the love of the game.
We here, man.
If we don't have it here, where is it at? You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But my Christmas break was amazing. I got some clutch gifts. My mom bought me a chair that I can sit in my living room now. We was talking about it the last time. Sitting on my coffee table playing the game.
Man, you never know what you're going to be sitting on when you're playing the game, bro. It could be the table. You could be sitting in the floor. You could be sitting in a
crisscross
beanbag,
applesauce.
On the stomach, man, feet in the air.
Bruh, kick whatever you got a seat to sit playing the game, you're going to do it. But I got my chair, so my life good. I got some socks, you know, got some essentials. Life is good, man. I can't complain. My break, I went home for, a week, and I've been at work.
Don't sound much like a break.
Yeah, you know, a little break. So, but my life ain't stopping, so I'm blessed to be in this position where my life don't stop and I get to be around sports every single day. But I think that little week that I had, went to church, you know, seeing my grandma, you know, all that. You know, my grandma made me some garlic bread, Kool-Aid, you know, some little Sunday dinner. Yeah.
Spoiled.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's a Kool-Aid. It's a Kool-Aid.
I know the Kool-Aid was good.
Yeah, Kool-Aid was a bust, and Granny know how to make the best Kool-Aid in the world, and I'm not being biased.
What flavor was it?
Flavor was it? I ain't gonna lie, she be putting like 3
Okay.
different
She
flavors.
mix matching?
one of
It's
them.
like a tropical.
Yeah.
like
Mix
that.
matching?
Yeah.
That's what we used to do for football, man.
Yeah.
Mix match your Gatorade all the time. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was nasty.
Yeah.
So you never know.
But she hit
day.
that Sunday. She hit that Sunday.
She was
so.
on. She was on that point.
B-Rob, how was the break, brother?
It was good, man. I did a little bit of traveling.
Okay.
I went to Columbus, Ohio, watched Tennessee-Ohio State playoff game. That was fun to go up there and experience one of the first ever playoffs in a home atmosphere for a team for college football. So that was pretty cool to go see. Went to a couple Titans games, even though we ain't very good this year. But it was. I love going to the games. You know, I got to spend time with family. I got family in Florida. Went down to Florida for a little bit. Saw them.
Oh, you was having motion.
I was moving, on the move, man. I'm traveling a little bit now. I mean, a little out of sports now, man. Got a little more free time on my hands. I want to go do stuff that I ain't really been able to have time to do before. So it's been a little fun. Just been kicking back, been running.
Yeah, what you say you did 4 miles this morning?
A little three piece this morning. A little
That's
3 piece.
good.
Three
That
piece.
deserves a
3
little.
piece combo.
Yeah, the other day was 6 the other day. 6 of the
Oh
day.
wow.
I'm gonna get like you after the break, bro. I gotta tap back in, bro.
We gonna tap in, bro.
Yeah, we gotta tap in
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
But
yeah.
your leg days, I'm not.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I seen Bryce in the gym over the break. He doing explosive Bulgarian split squats. Let me tell you, the real Thunder Tide.
Listen, man, that's how we used to train. But I was, been training as an athlete ever since I was 5 years old.
Man,
Man, so I don't really know how to work out otherwise and feel good about yourself.
You
know?
scared me that day, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I was hurting after that.
I know you were.
Because I ain't done those in a minute, man. I was hurting a little bit. So
You was cranking them.
we finally got back in the front squat too the other day. We was front squatting 6x6, 6
You and who?
6, just me.
Okay. All
You
right.
come hit it one day with me.
Leg days, man. My knees can't handle real leg days, bro. I'm gonna just be honest. But like you said, we traveling. We got a big trip coming up.
Hey, we got a nice gym in our hotel, right?
We got a who?
A nice little gym.
For real? Let's get one in. Let's get a
wow.
workout in. But we going to New York this week for a conference.
Ooh.
I can't remember. He just told us.
Is it BEA?
No, it's C's.
CMA?
Something like that. I can't remember. But extremely excited to go. We leave in the morning. Today is Tuesday. We're recording this Tuesday. What's today? 27th?
We'll be at the airport in 24
Today's
hours.
the
Yeah, in 24 hours we'll be at the airport, basically.
Yeah.
We leave for a conference. It's going to be my first time in New York. Bryce's first time in New York.
I'm not going. So I'm just gonna support them from here. But I'm excited for them. I've been to New York, and I loved it. So I feel like you guys are gonna
Ashley
really
gave
enjoy
us
it.
the lope for a couple spots. So
Yeah, y'all are
Ashley
gonna
said
enjoy it.
Got some fun stuff on the schedule to do. Got some sights to see. And
Fox.
Fox, we're going to the Stephen Colbert show.
Yep.
We're going to go.
That's cool.
To the Rangers. Is it Rangers or something like that?
We talked about possibly going to the Preds game on Saturday morning.
So whoever the Preds play.
I think they're playing the Islanders, I think.
Islanders, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But we'll see. We got some fun stuff planned. It'll be a great trip.
And I'm going to see my.
You going to see it? You going to go see a little fight night action?
Javante Davis with another. I'm telling you, bro.
Listen, my mom's been a few times. She was like, "You're gonna want to go back." I was like, I have a feel we're not gonna get to do everything we want to do while we're down there because we're gonna be working.
We gotta work.
But we're gonna get in what we can get in.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
time. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna have a great time.
So y'all are staying in Times Square.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We live on location, and we might have a little episode
Okay.
in this city.
Stay tuned.
We might. So
might take it on the streets. Who knows?
who knows? We might really be active in the streets, feed the streets for real. So you never know. But
Exclusive content only you guys will see
on Patreon, $3. I'm just no. But it's time to talk Austin Peay Sports. It's been a long time. The basketball season is wrapping up. The spring sports, baseball, softball, golf, tennis, it's a lot. It's a lot to go over. But we're going to start with the women's basketball, right? So both our basketball teams, look, it's been a new year, new season. It's room for growth, and this is the year for growth because both teams are not doing too hot, right?
Right.
So, but the girls, they started off pretty strong in ASUN play, right? And ever since then, it's been a long journey. They went on a 7-game losing streak. Not good at all. 7-game losing streak, but they beat Queens on the 20th of February, got their first dub in what almost was a month. Then they lost to Lipscomb the other day, which was by far one of their best games of the season. As you see the highlights coming right now, you got Brianna Rivera. Honestly, she kept us within the game, y'all.
Okay.
I think her sharp shooting ability kept us within the game. You see back-to-back threes right there, and they touched nothing but net. And the sad part was we had a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. With the fade away, everything.
Oh, here come that half-court shot right here.
Bro, seeing that in person, come here. That was a good angle, too. That was a really good angle. But the way we could have won that game, Rivera, she ultimately missed the corner three to win us the game. You know, it happens.
Wow.
It happens. So, and she was heartbroken about it. Seeing her on the bus ride back, she was heartbroken. But that's what you want to see from a freshman. She's a true freshman, and she had the game in her hands, and she was right there. So that's a tough way for them to go out. But, I mean, we got some players on the team, y'all. I mean, Shamaya Wyatt, Lanaya Foster, Anavia Shields, as you see her making the three right there at the top of the key. We have some really good players on this team, and they're young. Mm-hmm. They're young. That's the thing about it. They are extremely young, and once they get into their rhythm of everything, because look at them. They have all the moves.
Oh, yeah.
You see nothing but an offensive array from them, from coming from every which angle. That's what I'm saying. Steph. We ain't gonna talk about Steph Curry. We ain't gonna talk.
My dog, bro. I got the shoes on too.
You got
my Steps on today, bro.
We ain't gonna go there. We got basketball to talk about. But they're young. So, Ashley, we've been calling the game, so we've been heavily involved with them. So, I'm going to start with you first and just give me your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because the season ends. Oh, Ashley might be solo on the call Thursday on the radio.
We'll see.
So, we'll see.
Potentially.
We're going to be listening.
Potentially.
Yeah. So, just give us your thoughts on the season, how you feel.
Yeah, Dylan, I think like you said, growth. I think that is probably the key factor for me. I would like to see a little bit more leadership. I think that's probably where they are lacking just a little bit, in my opinion, especially with the on the floor leadership, someone who can kind of just take control of the pace of the game, at certain points, someone whose situational awareness is extremely high and, can kind of push the team to the next level in that sense. And I say that pretty much a lot, on the broadcast whenever we're commentating and everything. But yeah, I mean, you have Samaya White, like you said, she's a freshman. She puts up huge numbers. And then Novia Shields, coming off the bench and just really providing a spark this second half of the season.
Yeah.
I think all of their components are there. They just have to combine everything and make it work for them. Yeah. I think they're still trying to figure out what works best for them. Some of them are still trying to figure out their roles on the team, I feel as well. So once they kind of get all that meshed and gelled in together nicely, I think they'll be all right.
B-Rod?
Well, man, like I said, man, Ashley put it perfectly. Basketball's a long season. You go you go through these. We talked about it. Not too long ago. You go on these 7-game losing streaks, man. It can be tough, but that's a good thing about basketball is that you're going to turn around and play again, right? Luckily within the next couple of days. So that's unlike football. You lose a game on Sunday and you got to wait a whole nother week.
Yeah.
Just to get your mind right.
That would burn me, bro.
It's not fun, especially when you lose a close game, a last second field goal and you got to wait a whole nother week just to play a game. It's, especially because your body goes through a war that Saturday, physically, and you're mentally shot from preparing all week, and you felt like you were the better team, and you just come up short, and now you got to go back and do it again the next day, and then the whole next week, So, but I mean, basketball's a long season, and it's not like basketball gets very physical. So I mean, these girls have been through a long season, and the season's had its ups and downs, and like I said, they're in the tournament, and that's and once all you gotta do is make it in the dance, right? And so
that's all you need.
Right now, I mentioned before, it's a good time for them to really hone in on their craft and get healthy and get ready to go make something shake in the tournament, because go and knock somebody off that no one's expecting you to knock off, and
tournament play is unlike any other. To be honest, anything can happen. So I'm
geeked for tournament play. I think they turning the tide right now. It's the style of play what I'm seeing. Really, like you said, our freshman, really Shields, Samaya White, I mean, she's been the number one the whole season. But Shields, she has turned her game completely around in the second half of the season. I mean, she's put up double digits 5 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. 2 20-point games in the last 5 games. She's shooting the ball with confidence. It's almost like she's playing carefree.
Yeah.
And I love to see that from any player. I don't care if you're one of the best or you're the worst. If you're getting playing time, maximize your playing time. And she's just been on the go. I mean, she was Gatorade Player of the Year in Florida in 2022, 2023, her senior year, her junior year. Mm-hmm. And I can just see the transition for her is clicking. It's like I'm no longer playing high school basketball. I'm here with basically, let's be honest, some of the best athletes in the world. I mean, because when you make it to the collegiate level, you're solidified no matter, your limitations or whatever it may be. You're solidified. So shout out to you, my boy, because you solidified.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it.
Bryce, he got it out the mud.
I've been blessed to play college football for the 5 or 6 years that I did, and it's crazy because you go from being from a guy's perspective, you go from being that dude at your school, you're that dude on your team, to where now when you go to the collegiate level, everybody was that dude, was them, where they came from. So now you find that next level to where you guys start playing together, you're able to elevate each other, and the people who are good enough to become that dude on their college team are another level of good, So I mean, I've been a part of some guys who have been drafted, some guys that have went on to play bigger ball at bigger schools, and we've played against the best, here at Austin. We played Bama, played Tennessee, played Ole Miss, and we
should have won.
It was a couple Tennessee. I feel like we had a good chance of winning that game talking about football, but just seeing how some players match up with them, we're hanging with guys. So it's not like just because you go to Austin Peay, you're not nowhere near as good as someone that goes to Tennessee. It's just a logo on the chest is all it is.
Come on now.
They're doing the same thing. They're playing the same game with the same.
We bleed the same.
The hoops 10 feet tall. It ain't like they're using a different size ball. It's the same thing. So if you can play, you can play. Only 2% of people get to go on and play collegiate sports, and 2% of that 2% are able to make it to the next league.
Yes.
So it's a very great achievement for someone to make it this far, and these girls are proving that on a daily basis. So.
I think Inovia Shields, she's the reigning freshman of the week, I think.
Yep.
I did get a chance to see that. So, and she deserves it. She's been really showing out these last couple of games and weeks for sure. So
I mean, if you just look at it, I mean, of course, I'm gonna tap into the big three because that's what we really had. We really got a big three. But Shields, I mean, I like to call her the scoring machine of late. Her career high is 22 against West Georgia just about a week and a half ago. She had 22 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Against Lipscomb, she had 17.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Against Central Arkansas, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. 19.7 rebounds, 3 assists against North Florida. She's right there, almost 20 points a game over the last 2.5 weeks. That's from a freshman. That's more than enough, way more than enough. And what's crazy is she's not even the projected ASUN Freshman of the Year.
No.
We have another key stud in Samaya Wyatt. She averages 13 points and 6 rebounds a game, but career high 26 against Indiana State, 23 and 10. Her first collegiate double-double against EKU in January, and then just a couple weeks ago, 24 points against Central Arkansas. She gets the job. Workhorse. She averaged 34 minutes a game. Workhorse. And you really want to get into that bag work?
Yeah.
Come on, that bag.
Ashley.
Samaya White, she never fails to amaze me. As a big, she has so many different components to her game that it's just really cool to watch. And it's, I feel like you don't really see that on this level. You don't see a big who can put it on the floor. And Samaya Wyatt, she'll have the defender on skates. I've seen it. I've seen it.
A few times.
I've seen it. So.
And then I ranked at ASUN Freshman of the Year, Lanaya Foster. One of my favorite players to watch outside of Samaya Wyatt and Shields. One of my favorite players to watch. She gets the job done. She averages 11.7 rebounds, 2.5 assists. She leads the team in almost every category. She leads them in rebounds, assists, blocks, and points. The only thing she doesn't leave is points. So, her career high was 24 points, 7 steals, 4 blocks, 8 rebounds, 2 assists versus High Point. That's one game. That's one game she had all of that. She almost had a triple-double against EKU, 8 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. Against North Al a couple weeks ago, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. She's just one of those players, if you whatever you need that night, she'll give it to you.
She going to get hers.
She going to get her. She's going to impact the game in some type of way. And sometimes you don't even realize, like, she has 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 or 5 steals, 7 steals, whatever it may be. She just, when you look at the box score, the stat sheet, whatever it may be, and you be like, oh, Lanaya had this, she had that. Mm-hmm. And then you rewatch the game or, just sit back and you be like, she's just at the right moments at the right time. So I think next year will really be the year that the girls show what they have. I mean, with this 3, and then you have Brianna Rivera coming back. I mean, you have, I want to say Anala Nelson is coming back as well. Mm-hmm. We got some key signees. Of course we're going to have signees regardless, but some key signees I think that'll play a pivotal part. If we retain some players that don't hit the portal, because you never know that portal.
Yeah.
It's the portal, man. It's done a massive shake-up in college sports, and some good, some not so good, but it's definitely changed the way the college sports are being played. So
I mean, NIL, trying to get that bag.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing too, especially like when I'm more better than the college football field, that's kind of what my whole life's been dedicated to. But like just seeing how like some players are just leaving, like talking about FBS players, they're leaving their programs that have invested in them just because they're going to get
more money.
They're offering more money somewhere else, which is crazy, because back in the day, players just play because they love the game. They got to work hard to get to the next level. But now some people are making more money in college than they would in the NFL, which is wild, So, I mean, good for them that they're able to do that and set themselves up. But it's absolutely just crazy. Even saying that, that's wild.
No, it is, and I'm all for it. Go get your paper.
Exactly.
Go get your paper, because these schools, they make a boatload, a buku amount of money on the athletes, and as much work as y'all put in, watching film, going to practice, still got to be a student, a human. I mean, go get your paper, man. Yep. Go get them endorsements deal. I don't shame nobody for chasing that bag. If you got to hit the portal to go get some more money in your pocket, go do that, because the pros are not guaranteed.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not guaranteed.
That's a good point.
Yep.
That's a great point.
And not guaranteed. So I'm not mad at anyone. You want to go leave Austin Peay, use the number 1 player, but you want to ride the bench at Oregon or Texas Tech or whatever for, $15,000. That's the most amount of money some people have ever seen in their entire life.
That's like you said with the pros, too. Even if you make the pros, that's not even barred an injury or
you never know.
Nothing, man. You never know. So it's good. It's like I said, it's not all bad things. There's great things to it, that help set you up for your financial success in the future. And if you can get that, go get it, So it is what it is now. That's what we do. That's what we're living now with college sports. And
I wish I was part of that, bro.
I kind of wish that the Clarksville area is kind of getting more into the NIL stuff. The reason why I don't think Austin Peay is not the biggest on NIL, I just feel like the people in the community don't know much about it. Like some of the business owners around here and the boosters don't know much about what NIL is. So I feel like the next step for us as a program for Austin Peay is to help explain kind of what that is, how donors can get involved in that, and how they can help, boost up some of our athletes. And because it only started like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, something around there.
So it's still, rarely kind of fresh to some people. But I feel like that's the next step for Austin Peay as an athletic department, is to be able to like kind of just get out and kind of explain to some of these people, because Clarksville's kind of got some older people out there that don't know a whole lot about this kind of things yet, and they're not tied in like some people are. But they love their community, and they love Austin Peay. And I feel like if they knew more about it and kind of what it is and how they would help these athletes, we'd have more of a sturdy foundation when it comes to NIL here.
I got a question to propose here before we wrap up the women's side of things. All right. Let's dream scenario. We're all athletes. Let's say we're cream of the crop at Power 5.
Cream of the crop. Okay.
What's your NIL cap off for you? I know every school has their piece. Like Power 5 would probably be like $30 million. Let's say we all go to LSU. Basketball, football, baseball for me. Right? What's your number? What's your number?
It's crazy because I was literally having a conversation similar to this not that long ago. But in that conversation, I was saying, why would I put a cap on it to even begin with? So I don't know if I can answer that question.
Throw me a number out there. Don't give me that. No, that's that PR answer. Don't give me that. Because I know mine.
Okay, what's yours? And I'll maybe
knowing
say
me
after. Yeah.
My skill level, my personality, I'm not gonna lie, I need about 20 of them things.
20 million?
Yes. What do you think? What's my like Zion and them would have got back then? Zion Wilson was huge.
If I'm number one in the country, okay.
Cooper Flag right now. Imagine what he is. Cooper Flag probably got easily 10, 15.
I was gonna say, yeah. If I'm number
You
one,
Googling it right now?
I'm looking up some.
the most top, recruited player
The
in the
transfer
country,
portal, the dude, he went to LSU, Michigan. He got like 10 M's.
I would
Oh,
just say
that's who I
10.
was-
Yeah.
Bryce Underwood, the number one quarterback
Yep.
recruit this year, was scheduled to go to LSU.
Mhm.
And he went to Michigan.
Flipped to Michigan. It says originally to the LSU Tigers, they were reports that the school was offering him a deal that would pay him $1.5 million annually for 4 years.
Okay.
So
It was a deal the Michigan Wolverines were willing to blow out of the water. So they absolutely annihilated that, and that he would make up to $12 million.
See, I was gonna say 10. I was gonna say if I'm the number one player in the country, the most recruited player, I think 10 for me would be fine. But that's just because I'm not gonna.
I'm taxing.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
too, like, some people don't realize that, like, oh, he's making $10 million in NIL money. Well, the thing is, like, he's not making it all in 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's what some people don't know is, like, they're getting that money over time. You know, they're like, when someone says, oh, LSU is paying him $5 million to play football, I was like, he's not getting that all in 1 year. You know, it's not like $5 million this year, $5 million that year. It's so I'll spread out over time, you know, and, like, of course, taxes and whatever the fees are that come into that, you know, and so it's a more in-depth process than some people think it is.
What's your number though, Bryce? Throw me a number. Come on, brother.
I got to go with the 10 mil, man.
I
man,
just
y'all
think that's
settled
the
it, man.
solid, amount.
You
I
know,
mean, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I can be your poster child. Put me on every commercial, every athletics Instagram page that I'm running.
did you see that?
Hey,
That's my bad.
Put your hydraulics
My
back
bad,
in there. Put your hydraulics back in there. But I'm taxing them,
I
bro.
want to know how much.
Well, good for you.
I'm maxing them out,
Get that money.
especially at a Power 5 SEC. I'm maxing them, but
See, I think one of the highest paid NIL athletes, like non-football, is Livy Dunn at LSU.
for LSU, the gymnastics,
Yeah, she makes $4 million.
a year,
It just says $4 million.
Wow.
it's probably a year, bro.
Probably.
That's what I'm saying. That's 20 M's right there. Over 4 years, that's 16. Is a little under 20.
Yeah.
I can take 16, 17.
That's a lot.
She's set for life.
Oh yeah.
She's set for life now. She just got to play it right. But enough of the NIL.
Yeah.
So, but the girls' season does end soon. This is the last week of collegiate basketball, all in all, March Madness, conference tournaments. The bracket is coming up. We might have to do a bracket episode.
Ooh, might have to.
Might have to do a
March,
bracket.
March Madness break?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. So we might have to, but they play the last game on March 1st. So they play this Thursday, the breast cancer awareness game against West Georgia, who beat us earlier in the season by like 15. That was not good. They are a new ASUN team. They were Division II last year, Division I. They beat both men's and women's, and we're gonna get into the men's too. So Ashley might be on the call solo for that. So tap in to WAPX 91.9 radio. Listen to Ash. Well, she's going to be on the call regardless, but she might be solo, might have a partner. So that's all on that. Now the men's side of things, y'all. The men's ain't looking too hot either. They really not good. I'm going to just keep it a bean. 13-17 on the season, 8-9 in conference. Went to the game last night. Ashley was there. Jeremy was working the game. Shout out to our man Jeremy on the ones and twos. Yeah. Shout out to Jeremy. They got blown to smithereens against Lipscomb.
Kind of glad I didn't go then.
Yeah.
I was considering going, but
Yeah.
The crowd was electric though.
It was a very, very good turnout. I walked into the arena. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, they did not do pretty well against Lipscomb. I'm trying to get their score for y'all. Let's see what it was.
It's like 95 to 78.
74. Yeah, 95-78. What's that? 17 points. Yeah, 17 points.
17-point difference.
Jeremy over there. They hit like 18 threes. They was just,
Ooh, 18
Yes.
threes.
bro. They
They
were
were
missing.
shooting.
They always like that? They just have a night.
Nah, I mean, but that's Lipscomb's game. Both men's and women's. They
Yeah.
put up a lot of threes and
That's like me.
they.
Yeah,
You know what my nickname is?
What?
Green light. I walk. You know when you
Give
play
me the
2K, when you
green.
shoot the ball, you got the green light around your
Green
feet.
bean.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Period.
walk in the court. Oh, here come green light.
Oh no. Nah.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's what they
I
say.
need a video of that.
That's what
I need
listen,
video
You
proof.
want to pull up to the gym with me, bro. That's what they say.
Have you ever heard that song "Green Light" by John Legend?
Yeah. Give me the green light.
That's Bryce all the way.
Nah.
That's me, man.
Hey, Bryce can really hoop though.
Yeah, you seen me hoop? You seen the video of me
In the
hooping?
Currys. But the men not hooping like Curry, not hooping like. I mean, we got some good players. Don't get me wrong. Brand new team from last year. I mean, last year, I think the only returners are Say Witt, Hansel Emmanuel, talk about NIL, Mr. NIL at the Austin Peay campus. Say Witt, Isaac Haney, and Emmanuel. Those are our only 3 returners. Everyone is completely brand spanking new. I mean, having back-to-back brand new teams for Coach Gibson is probably not the ideal situation that he wants to be in. But I think, like I said, growth is a part of this Austin Peay program when it comes to the basketball side of things. You have a lot of freshmen. One of my favorite freshmen, I thought he should have been playing the majority of the season, Tate McCubbin, 6'8" wing, very lanky, can shoot the lights out of the
6'8",
ball.
huh?
Yeah. Oh, he nice. He made 9 threes, had 38 points against EKU a couple
Okay, I
weeks
was
ago.
going to say last night.
No, not last night. No. Nobody could buy a bucket last night. Nobody could buy a bucket. I mean, and then you have L.J. Thomas transfer from North Carolina State. I mean, we got a good team. We have a good team. Takeo Carpenter, another shooter. I
think Darius Dawson is someone for me.
I like Darius.
I feel like he is somebody who the potential is most definitely there, in my opinion. I think he's a big. I think he's a true big. I think he's a big who is athletic, and I definitely think he has the IQ and the skill ability to, make important, easy kind of like 2-pointers whenever, we kind of need a little bit of momentum. I think he's someone who stands out to me.
Okay. Bryce, what you think about the team? Look at Say Witt, big body getting up
man.
there.
Getting up there, man. I tell you what, man. I like the little arm sleeve from the big, man. You don't see a whole lot of bigs that have the arm sleeve no more nowadays, man. Yeah, he got a little drip, man. Now, I don't know if I do rock the arm sleeve. I probably rock the headband, but that's probably just me, though, man. I don't know, but
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm hitting the little. Yeah, I'm telling you, I might even hit the. You know what? Might copy my boy, hit the little night on somebody.
Nah,
you never know, but
hey.
You can only do that in special situations.
But like I said, man, like basketball, man, it's completely different than any other sport. You have a long season. You're traveling a lot more than some other sports teams do. Your body goes through a lot of wear and tear, and like I said, we're going through the highs and lows. And like I said with the women's, they're in the tournament. So, like, you never know, man. Like, it's not about how, like, yeah, it's important you play, how good you play right now, but it's about the team that gets hot at the right time, Like, if they can get hot going into this thing, like, if they can find something to, like, spark them and really draw up some and make something shake, they can go. You never know what can happen, So, like I said, they're in the tournament. I'm excited to watch them. I got a little more free time now. I want to come if it's – I don't think we're not going to be playing here, are we, here in town?
I doubt it.
No, so – probably won't be able to see him in person, but I'll definitely be watching on the ESPN Plus or wherever it is. But watching, like I said, you guys spend a little more time around the team than I do and have a little more familiarity with it. But I'm excited to watch them. I watched them last year in the championship. They came up just short last year.
Yeah.
Great game last year. I watched them. They just came up short. But hopefully they can, like I said, get something sparked going into the tournament. And you never know what can happen. So let's go do it.
But my thing is, I don't know, man. Like, you lost to Bellarmine, who was on a 17-18 game losing streak, and you lost by almost 30. You lost by 26 points, 94-68 a couple nights ago. I want to say last week. Well, I'm not good. I can't keep up with days at this point in my life. But I don't want to say about a week ago you lost to Bellarmine, and Bellarmine's at the bottom of the ASUN in men's basketball. They only have 2-3 conference wins. I think they have 5 wins overall. They're just not a good team, and losing to them by 30. Now, don't get me wrong. We was talking about it. Maybe it was just their night.
You never know, man. Some teams have those nights where everything going to fall, man. And some other guys that you do everything right, man, then the ball ain't falling. You never know. So, I mean.
I don't know, man. Lose to a team that ain't won in 2 months.
I remember we talked. Yeah, that's
just
tough.
something that can't happen.
I think they could have come out and just kind of overlooked them, man.
Yeah, they might have underestimated the opponent. I feel like that's something that you never should do. No matter who you're facing up against. So maybe their mentality just wasn't at the level it should have been that night.
You overlook somebody, and plus if it's their night too, where they're hitting everything, not a good combination. So
it's It's just tough, man. My personal opinion, I know it don't matter. I don't get paid no big bucks to coach nobody or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, I was hard on Jeff Ferris in the football season, so I'm not going to be hard on Coach Gibbs, man. I'm not going to be hard. I learned my lesson from Coach Ferris, so I apologize on the show. I did. I was super hard on Jeff Ferris. Some things I said, you know, but he a good dude. He ain't did nothing wrong to me. So I'm going to give Coach Gibbs some leeway. Brand new team, like I said, completely different from last year. And that's not the way you want to go. But, I mean, the men's have one more game. They play West Georgia and North Florida to end the season out. So 2 more games. And then it'll be time for conference play. And, I mean, anything goes in conference play. You never know.
Man.
It's March.
You never know.
Anything can happen. Anything is possible. You don't know what I mean?
I'm lost. No.
Y'all don't know that?
I remember that.
I don't think I know that
I
one.
remember old Jason Tatum trying to copy that too.
Ain't nobody messing with Jason.
Ain't nobody messing with Jason. He think he Kobe. He not Kobe.
He not Kobe. He not
That's
Kobe.
He not Kobe.
What you got?
He not Kobe.
You felt that one, huh?
He not Kobe.
But that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen in March. We'll know the schedule, who play who, where, when, what time. I want to say Sunday. I think Sunday is when we'll find out all the conference.
So like the selection show, or
So I'm expecting. I know the men are like 6th, 7th, and the girls are 9th as of right now in their on their side of things. So the women will definitely have to travel wherever we go. I'll be on the road with them calling that game in the playoffs.
Whoop, whoop.
You know, hopefully we.
maybe you could bring us some good juju, man.
Hopefully, I don't know. I ain't bringing no
Give
good
him a little extra
juju in
pep talk.
February.
Give him a good extra little pep talk, man, in the locker room.
I ain't gonna lie. If Coach would let me,
What'd you say to him?
what I say, I'm gonna be honest with you and be like, look.
You got him right here in front of you. What'd you saying to him?
All right, y'all. We already lost 7 games in a row. Let's be real. It can't get worse than this. Our backs are not against the wall. We playing with house money. You know, they're expecting us to lose. So why we need to play uptight? Think about it. We could make history. FGCU has been unbeaten in the conference for the past, I want to say, 5 years. They haven't lost in the ASUN in 5 years. We've had them on the ropes. We had them on the ropes at their place, homecoming, doubleheader. They thought they was going to steal the show, blow us through the water, and we gave them one of the best games they've had all season. Why can't we do it again and finish the job on the road? Nobody's expecting us to do it. Let's be the ones to do it. If nobody else believes, this group right here should believe in ourselves. This is the time. This is the moment. Make history, because wherever you go after this, you'll always remember this game. This is the game to do it, because you can be like, girl, remember that day we beat FGCU and them Eagles? We did it. We had it.
You know, so not to cut you off, Dylan, I hate to go back to what I was saying at the beginning of the episode.
Oh,
but
nah, she just shot down my motivation.
No, it's
She just
great.
shot
No,
down my motivation.
it's
We're
good.
losing.
No,
We're cooked.
it's good. I think that you were talking about Lanaya Foster. You were talking about how much of an all-around player she is. That's who I would like to see kind of step into
Facts.
that pacemaker kind of role on the team. I think, once she just kind of understands in her own mind, like, this is her stuff.
Yeah, she number one.
And she's really like that. I don't know. I think that could be a key factor, like, throughout the next couple of years for
we got her, as long as she don't hit the portal or anything, we got 2 more years of the reigning ASUN freshman of the year, and we have a plethora of talent for the next 3 years. So, I mean.
And on the men's side,
it's dark over there, bro.
I think, like,
On the dark
I
side of the
think
moon over there.
the new team that Coach Gibson had a year ago gave everyone, like, super high expectations for
Facts.
this year. At least for me, it was like that. Don't know if, the outcome, held up to that necessarily. But once again, the potential is there.
The potential, especially, I'm being biased for the women. I've worked with them. I've been with them. I will never forget this season, no matter what happens. Don't let us beat FGCU. I'm telling you now. What Draymond say? The year y'all won, don't let us win a championship.
You know what he said this year?
What?
He said we winning that thing.
Oh, he said it?
He went 10 toes down. He said we're winning that thing.
Oh, if Draymond said it, Austin Peay women's basketball is winning the ASUN conference. We're winning it. We coming home with the gold, baby. I believe it. I've always liked this team.
I think they can do it, man.
I know I work with them. I'm a little biased, but I truly believe that game against Lipscomb, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It ain't really nothing to talk about with the men. It really ain't nothing to talk about. I mean, they just not having a good year this year.
Coach Gibson still rocking the Army pants?
Yeah,
He's still rocking the
I
whole
see.
Army
Yeah.
fit. Shout out to
shout
Coach
out to him.
Gibson and doing that. It's pretty cool.
So, but I really think the women, that game against Lipscomb was the best game they've played this entire season, top to bottom, in the conference. They shot the ball extremely well. They just had a lot of good things going. But enough of basketball. It's time to get on that diamond, y'all. It's time to get on that diamond. Now, Ashley, y'all, Ashley is new to CrunchTime, and she getting in the rhythm of things when it comes to baseball. So we gonna rely on Ashley to give us all baseball talk once the season get going. But last year, we're gonna start with the men's side, the baseball side. Bryce, you know that men's last year, 35-21. I mean, we had a plethora of guys get drafted.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about, we kind of talked about it before. It was like Austin Peay has always been known for their big bats and being able to hit the baseball and put it over the fence. Like the thing that the team has struggled with ever since I've been here has been with pitching and fielding. Not even so much fielding. We've had guys in the field make numerous great plays. It's just we've struggled pitching-wise, and I don't know if it's a recruiting problem. I don't know if it's something developmental on something with the program. I have no clue what it is. Like I was only on the team for the baseball team for 2 weeks here. I have no clue. So, but man, we've always been known to. The guys that have gotten drafted have always been known for big bats. Like Parker Phillips broke the home run record. Garrett Spain had a big bat. Lyle Miller Green broke Parker Phillips' home run record last year, and he gets drafted too. Like those are just some of the three biggest bats that I've known since I've been here. Like all three guys got drafted. So, shout out to Parker. Parker's working here now at Austin Peay. Shout out to him. Garrett's still playing. He got drafted by Toronto. The Blue Jays. I don't know if he's still there, so he might be somewhere else now. And where did does it say where Lyle?
Yeah. So all the players that got drafted last year. I mean, I think we had an all-star team, and we won the conference for the first time in 10 years, or 11 years to be exact. So John went to St. Louis. He went to the Cardinals. We had Tyler Hampu. He went to Colorado Rockies. Lyle Miller Green. Man, if I could put a blow-up picture of him on my wall, I would.
You like that with it?
Yeah, bro. He's one of those guys. So I definitely need to tap into his minor league journey. He got drafted to Chicago White Sox. And then, 100 miles per hour, Mr. Titan Kennedy Hayes, he went to the Phillies, drafted in the 11th round. So that's
my team right there.
Yeah. For real, you a Phillies fan?
I'm a Bryce Harper fan.
All righty. And then
I played for the Phillies growing up too, so.
For real?
In the little,
in the little league game.
Little league.
Okay, so you have
I got some ties.
Yeah,
I got motion, twin.
But I think our baseball team, I mean, they starting off a little slow this year. They had a tournament in Arizona, which led them to be 1-3, but they had a series this weekend, and I think they played phenomenal. I mean, I got to witness some home runs. We swept the series 4-0. We had a doubleheader Sunday. We had a single on Saturday and Monday. So we won all four of those. And we had a 12-0 game on Monday. We had a matinee Monday.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. We put the points up, man. It's like sometimes I've seen a couple games where it was like a 17-18 score.
Yeah.
And we just lost by one run because we couldn't manage any pitching, Sometimes, sometimes you put your ace out there and he doesn't have the best day and you're in a tight must-win game, so you got to bring the next dude up. That was and that kind of just throws around your whole rotation, because you go into these weekend tournaments. You have your guy that starts, you have your guy that starts on Thursday or Friday.
Yep.
You got your Saturday dude, and you got your Sunday guy. Normally you have a pretty set rotation on how these pitchers go about, and sometimes whenever they're not on, it kind of throws off the whole rotation, And so, but like I said, the bats have never been a problem. Like John Bay's leading the team right now with a .393 average. That's really good. That's really good.
And he's one of the top outfielders.
Yep.
In the ASUN.
So like I said, like over the past couple of these years that I've been a part of seeing these teams, like there's always been that one dude, that dude on the team. It was Parker Phillips, it was Garrett Spain, it was Lyle Miller Green. So this year it's looking like, I mean, I know we're early in the season, but John Bay's got a lot of buzz around him and his name, and he's putting that work in.
Yep. Ashley, I know you're new to Austin Peay baseball, so just give me your thoughts, your first initial thoughts of what you just read and seen about them over the season. What are you feeling about the baseball team?
Well, my first initial thought is I need to get out there on the diamond and witness some of their, talent and everything that they do. I played a little bit of softball. So it's not like it's a foreign, topic for me, but yeah, I mean, I need to get out there and kind of, get familiar with the players, know who's in which roles and things like that.
What position you playing softball?
They had me do a little bit of center field, and then
Hey, that's where I play.
I think it was left field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a little game. You got a little arm on you.
It was. I don't know if it was the arm. I think it was the speed to kind of like catch
You
the.
could track a ball pretty well.
Yes, I think that's why they had me out there.
So you fast.
I mean, Bryce.
She ain't.
Bryce,
she has the speed.
he got to witness a
Yeah.
little bit of
Yeah,
me.
I seen her play basketball.
You got a huddle?
Yeah. Oh, we're not gonna. I don't think we should. Look
we-
look it up.
We're
but,
finding the huddle.
but it's there.
We'll
It's
have the
there.
highlights next show.
Hey,
for
we're
the-
gonna have the
It's
highlights
there
next time
for sure.
But
For sure.
one of my favorite players, you mentioned Bay. One of my favorite players is Cameron Nickens.
Okay.
Cameron Nickens. I got to watch him hit a home run, and I mean, there's a difference between a home run and hitting it out the park.
Oh yeah.
He hit it, so he hit it center field.
Even better.
Oh wow.
Over the
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Not scoreboard, but the big black thing right there, the big target.
Yeah,
whatever that is.
the batter's eye.
Yeah.
Batter's eye. Yep.
He hit it over that, and when I seen that, I was like, yeah, that's one of my guys. So he's hit back-to-back home runs. He hit one Saturday, and then Sunday. Then he hit one yesterday, Monday. But he is just, I like the way he plays. He's a big swinger, a big guy. We have some big guys on this team: 6'5", 6'4",
They go
6'3".
those guys go at it in the weight room, man. Like I said, I've been in the weight room, and like they work out with our same strength coaches that do the football team, and so those guys get after it. I'm talking, they move the bar, they're squatting, they're running, they're really getting after it. So and we wonder why that they're able to swing the bat so well and always hit this much home run. So their work definitely reflects it. So.
Yeah. And then my favorite game last year, I mean, it wasn't a serious opponent. I'm not going to say serious. It wasn't a quality opponent in Alabama A&M, but blew the doors off. I think it was 31-1,
Wow.
35-1. It was 35-1. Shout out to Jeremy for fact-checking me on that. I'm talking about I've never seen so many home runs in my life. I think it was about 8 home runs that game, 10 home runs. You had runners on base. You had solos. I mean, but the team last year, they took off top-tier talent. They took off SEC talent, Mississippi State. They swept Mississippi State. They beat Auburn in one game, I want to say. They had some good, close, competitive games in the conference. They blew. I mean, the team last year was one of the most special teams I've ever witnessed in my years of watching Austin Peay baseball. So hopefully Coach Fannin started off a little slow, but, that series against Purdue, Port Wayne, I think got us back on the right side of things. Now we're 5-3 on the season.
Yep.
We're back on the winning side of things. So hopefully we can ride that out because we play in-state rival MTSU.
Tonight, I think.
Yeah, I want to say today.
It's
On the
tonight,
road.
Yeah.
On the road.
Yep.
So it's probably going to be a decent crowd there. Only an hour, hour some change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not too far. So I think it should be a good game. I'm definitely going to be tuned in to see how we do with that because I'm excited.
We always play that one big SEC opponent every single year, and this year it's Ole Miss. I remember 2019.
We play Ole Miss?
Yeah, we play Ole Miss in April 29th on a Tuesday in Oxford.
In the middle of conference play?
Yep. It's actually in the middle of 2 conference games. We play North Alabama on the 27th, and I don't even know how to say that other school.
Bellarmine?
Bellarmine.
Yeah.
I said you didn't play Bellarmine. Oh, no, Bellarmine
we
don't
don't
have a
play
football
Bellarmine,
team.
no.
Yeah, they don't have a
Yeah.
football team.
Bellarmine. All right, but they play Ole Miss on the 29th. Is what I'm getting at. And I remember in 2019, we knocked off. I don't quote me. I think Vanderbilt was, if not number 1, a top 5 team in the country
In baseball? Yeah.
and we knocked them off at their place. I've never seen a more electric game.
Coach Fannin?
That wasn't him.
Well, I
That
know
wasn't
it
him at the
wasn't-
time.
yeah.
Yeah, but Coach Fanny's a great coach. Talking about a dude, man. He's like when Coach Walden was here, they were like the perfect, peas in the pie, as you would say. Like Coach Fanny's got the energy. He's always moving. He's got that air horn around. Carries the air horn around his back pocket. He'll go. He'll yell bang bang, right? And that's all you gotta do is yell bang when you see him drive by, and he'll bang bang right back at you. So yeah, so he's a great shout out Coach Fanny, man. He's freaking awesome, and I love him and everything he's doing with the program. So
Ashley, any final thoughts before we go on to softball?
My last thought is I'm always so amazed whenever the baseball players are able to like do a home run or like a grand slam and they are able to hit it like over. It's like, geez,
Yeah.
the power.
I have never played
It's amazing.
baseball. I wanted to, but I never did.
I love it, man. It was fun. I miss it.
But speaking of grand slams, who has already broken the record for most grand slams in a single season in Austin Peay history? The softball team. They are on a roll. They've won 8 straight. They've won 8. They are 11-3 on the season. They're blowing teams out of the water. I mean, they got Morehead State out of there in just 5 innings. Softball is 7 innings in collegiate. So 10-1 out there in the Greenville. They had the Furman Classic this past weekend. They went undefeated. They beat Holy Cross 6-1. They beat Furman 8-0 in 6 innings. Northern Iowa 3-1, and then rounded it out 10-1 Morehead State. And then they play a home game. I think it's their first home game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's their first home game of the season. They play MTSU tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And I think it's going to be a really great game. And it was going to be ESPN Plus. So I might tap into it once we land, getting Big Apple.
You never know, man.
Yeah. But I think our softball team has the chance to be conference champions this year. I'm putting it out there on the table.
We normally have. I feel like our softball team's always been, pretty electric to watch, and it's so exciting to watch. And the bats, like I said, Austin Peay's been known for their bats, but Austin Peay softball's pitching too has been really well. Also, just being able to. Let me see if I think I got the pitching stats right here. I believe Ashley Martin right now is 2-0.
Yep.
And Emberly Nichols is 5-2, and like I said, those girls have just been on. One thing about softball is like it's a little different from baseball, where if you pitch one day, you don't have. I feel like the waiting period is not as long.
Yeah, it's not.
Before you have to pitch again the next day. Like it's not as much stress on their arm. They can get back at because my cousin is one of the top softball players in the country. She pitches at LSU, and so she's a freshman this year. So she's pitching pretty much like every other day or something like that. So these girls are able to cycle through their rotation pretty frequently and be able to stay on top of their stuff. So they're going to be exciting to watch down the stretch.
Ashley?
Yeah, I think any team that starts off with they're on a 8-game win streak.
Yeah.
I think that kind of says a lot. Don't know too much about the leadership, but it seems like they're doing something correct on that side of things. So yeah, I mean, I look forward to seeing their success this season. I definitely do. Based on the beginning of the season, I think it'll be a successful season for them as well.
I think it's going to be I think the sports this year has boosted up all sports. And we're going to mention just a little bit. I got a little question for y'all right before we get out of here. We got a couple minutes before we get out of here. But I think the sports has taken a different jump this year for some. Does it feel different this year? I mean, the football, what we had last year, the expectations of this year was just so big for every team. I mean, we were conference champions last year with Coach Scotty's last year. We were in the ASUN championship in men's basketball. The women's basketball made it to like the second, third round. The baseball team were conference champions. Softball team did pretty well. The golf team, I think every team had a solid, if not championship level season. And this year, so many expectations were put on these teams, and some didn't perform, some did. But the expectation being there does nothing but grow the fan base. Yeah. And in my opinion, I think that's what you want. Expectations mean you're held to a certain standard, and we are going to spend our hard-earned money and put our time towards you guys and see what y'all can do. And hopefully y'all can entertain us and get us to a different level. And I think if we can bring the light to some of these athletes that we normally don't get to see, like beach volleyball and the golfers and stuff like that. And then on top of the basketball players and the football players, who knows what this program can be in 3 years. We just hired a new sports nutritionist 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like to oversee all the.
Yeah, she's the director of sports nutrition. I want to say her name is Tayana. Tayana. I don't know the pronunciation, but she just was hired on Valentine's Day.
Awesome.
Well, the announcement was made on Valentine's Day.
That's big. That's huge. You know, I know we had one for football. Just totally for football. You know, but just to have one over the entire athletic department is huge. You know, and that's a big part of the game. You know, is diet, nutrition. You know, and I feel like some players aren't as well focused on that because they just really just don't know, you know. But to be able to track calories and do all that, to have somebody there to help them with that, that's another step in the right direction, you know. So that's a big move. That's awesome.
So my last question to you guys, we got 5 minutes before we wrap up, right? We've talked about basketball, baseball. We'll talk about a little bit of football at some point. The spring game is coming up soon. We'll talk about all the transfers and what they got. But my question is to y'all. What sport are you most excited for that's not part of the, you know, the big collective? So we got beach volleyball. We got golf. We have men's and women's tennis. Well, men's and women's golf as well. Cross country, lacrosse. We have lacrosse now. So, like, track and field. Mm-hmm. So what sport do you think – because that's the challenge for you guys this year and the years to come. I want to challenge not only us as a crew, but the people that's going to come after us. Let's get into some other sports because they deserve the same amount of love
definitely.
As, you know, the main sport. So what sport are you most excited for to dive into this year? Because I think I got mine, but I'm going to answer mine last.
I think for me it'll be track and field.
Okay.
And then secondly, it'll be probably women's tennis. I love to watch tennis. You know, I think playing that sport, you just have to be extremely strong. So I have much respect for like tennis players, but I think those are the two sports outside of the, you know, obviously basketball, football, baseball that I'm kind of excited to see and, you know, just kind of dive in there a little bit more for those two sports for sure.
I want to be more honed in on the golf team, man. You know, I'm trying to start playing myself a little bit. Once it gets a little warmer outside, you know, I told my goal this year, my goal is to break 90. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we're going to try. All right, we're going to try to break 90.
Break 90. Explain what that means. I'm not a golfer. Bro.
So like each course has so this course may be a certain par for all the holes, right? And like if you par each hole, you'll hit a 90 or whatever. Every course is different, you know. But like my goal this year is to play the entire course in under or right at 90 strokes the whole game. So we'll see. I don't think it might not happen. It might not even be close. But you know what? We got to make goals at some point, you know. And like the men's golf team just beat the team up north for the second Battle of the Border. We don't mention that team.
I know you're talking about.
We don't mention that. We don't mention them. But they just beat them back in early February. So I'm excited to watch them. They've always had shout out Reese Britt that used to be on the show.
Shout out my dog.
I'm excited to watch them, man. So, like I said, and the women's golf as well. Like, I'm starting to watch it on TV a little bit more. So,
nice.
We'll see.
Okay. I think mine's will probably definitely tennis. I want to get into tennis. I've never watched a tennis match in person. Mm-hmm. So, I definitely want to do tennis. I want to go. I'll be working in golf this summer. So, I want to watch a golf, but all of their games are not here. Yeah. So, it's kind of hard for me to do that. But I'm excited. Lacrosse is not this spring. It is next spring. Mm-hmm. I think lacrosse.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
The women's lacrosse, I think that'll be my go-to because I had a dream. I used to watch Teen Wolf. I'm going to quickly spiel. Used to watch Teen Wolf, and if anybody know you watch Teen Wolf, Scott McCall used to play lacrosse, and I used to want to be. My fantasy is be a werewolf, get bitten by a werewolf, turn to a werewolf, be Scott McCall, play lacrosse. I want to watch lacrosse. I've watched lacrosse on ESPN Plus a few times. I think it's pretty fun. I think it's pretty cool. So
it's entertaining.
Being a werewolf lacrosse player is like a fantasy of mine. So I don't know if there's. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. But great first episode with you guys. Yeah. It was amazing. I can't wait to do this for the next 7 weeks. This is probably the highlight of my spring semester, honestly. Mm-hmm. So before we get out of here, guys, I want to give a shout-out to everyone who made this possible. Our video coordinator, Steve Ellison, Studio B director, David Ellison, general manager, Dr. David Van Paco. You know, great first episode. We had the first episode.
No, yeah, this technically isn't the first episode, but for you guys it is.
Yeah. Me and Bryce had an intro for you guys that was pretty smooth, but some technical issues happened, and we dropped the ball on that one. But you live and you learn. But that's what make, the show go on. But I'm Dylan Walton.
I'm Brush Robinson.
And I'm Ashley Roberts.
And this has been the first official episode of Crunch Time. We'll see you guys again next week. Thank you for watching, listening. See y'all guys soon.